Now, unfortunately, GSX doesn't work particularly well with this SX. Sorry, Exeter add-on. I don't know if it reads the it just can't read the AFCAD very well, so you have to stop it manually rather than let it finish its business. Otherwise, you end up on the grass. Okay, so we can start engine number 2 now. Starting 2.
Right, Victor, parking stand 8.
Looks like we have a good start. Engine PSI is coming up nicely. All temperatures are in the, well, getting into the green. There we go.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of our airline, we would like to welcome you on board of our -8 Q4.
Alright, so we're getting the announcements from the Majestic one and FSX, because like I said, normally if you don't start the comms panel on before you activate FSX, it overrides it. But because unfortunately I switched it on before, so apologies about that. But hopefully it's not too annoying. Okay, so that's fine. So let's get rid of the GPU. Sure the main bus tire is on, which it is. EZdok's being a bit skittish today.
Correct, Bay, just crossing the control zone boundary now, no height restriction. Head up for the height restrictions on turn balls on. And also about report passing 2,500 feet.
Ladies and gentlemen, may we have your attention to the international safety regulations. This aircraft has 6 emergency exits. 2 exits are located in the front, 2 at the wings and 2 at the back. They are marked with the exit sign. Illuminated escape path markings on the floor lead to these exits. Each seat is equipped with the safety belt.
Departure check completed. Flight passengers commencing push. All engines clear. Start that wheel.
Lift the upper part of the belt.
So like I said, we'll just have to stop before we get to that grass, because obviously we'll carry on pushing back. Let me just get my charts up, and shoot, I think it's relatively simple taxi. We'll just make sure we're going in the right direction.
Fasten the life vest by connecting the hooks to the ring. Pull the struts until the life vest is properly adjusted. When leaving the aircraft, pull the threads.
So making nose right turn after pushback.
Located on both sides for blowing the additional air into the life vest.
Taking off from runway 08.
Please refer to the safety instruction card in a seat pocket in front of you. Thank you for your attention.
That'll probably do. Just about here.
Set parking brakes. Unlocking gear.
Start 1 for me, please.
Starting 1.
Electric 43, vacate right to Foxtrot.
Bypass speed removed.
So 1's coming online quite nicely.
Left is clear. Right is clear.
EZ639, taxi uniform, holding point Alpha 2. Uniform Alpha 2, runway 3.
Okay, so let's bring the condition levers forward without accidentally turning the engines off. And then we'll turn off main bus tie. After start checklist.
Stand by.
So we've turned off the main bus tie. Ice protection is not required, but we will put the statics on. Rudder travel, just check.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board today. This is your purser speaking.
No steering
Please
on.
direct your attention to the cabin crew for
Radar's already on
important
standby.
safety information. There is an instruction
And we'll
card
set the
in the seat pocket that
display to
illustrates
map.
the safety equipment on board this aircraft. Regulations require compliance with this information as well as all crew instructions, the lighted information signs and posted placards. Fasten your seatbelt by inserting the metal clip
External
into
power
the buckle.
APU.
Off.
Tighten by pulling on the belt. To release your seatbelt, lift the metal
Off.
flap on the buckle.
Main
It
bus
is our
time.
policy
Off.
Ice protection.
Checked, not required.
Checked.
Doors are clearly marked.
Rudder travel.
Full travel.
Rudder actuator test.
Complete.
No steering.
On.
Auto feather.
Auto feather select.
Engine rating.
End top. Set. Checked.
Batteries.
Checked.
Flaps.
The cabin is pressurized.
5 set.
If there is a loss of
Indicating.
cabin pressure, a panel will open and
5 set
oxygen mask
indicating.
will appear.
5 set indicating. Auxiliary standby PTU pumps.
And pull
On.
the mask towards you to start the
On.
flow
Hydraulic
of
pressure
oxygen.
quantity.
Checked.
Oxygen will be flowing to
Checked.
the mask.
Hydraulic
so
number
the
3
fans may
and
not
elevator. Checked.
Cover your
Caution
nose and
warning
mouth with
lights.
the mask.
Checked.
Place the elastic band
Flight
around your head
instruments,
and
radios.
tighten by pulling on the end.
Checked.
Secure
Checked.
your own mask.
Altimeter.
before taking off.
1016 set cross check.
1016 set and cross checked. Ice protection test.
Complete.
After start checklist complete.
Use the tube placed
Ground
near
control,
the center.
DE130,
Your jacket is
request
equipped with a
taxi.
light
BE1301, taxi via Alpha to hold position, runway 08, when on position, contact tower on 119.8.
Via Alpha, holding position 08, tower on 119.8, DE130.
Clear on the left.
And we're clear on the right.
Please refer to the safety briefing card and the exit row information card located in the seatbelt pocket. To ensure you meet the exit row criteria and understand the information. After carefully reviewing this card, if you believe you could be injured, do not wish to or cannot.
It's getting actually quite annoying. There's multiple announcements.
At this time, we also request that you install your electronic devices until we are above 10,000 feet. I will notify
Actually,
you
we'll
when
turn
it's
on
safe to
the
bring
taxi
these
light, just
items
it's
up
getting
for
quite
you.
dark.
If there's any question as to what device you can use on board today, please refer to the Welcome Aboard section of your My magazine. Thank you for your attention.
Straight there, just crossing the control zone boundary now, no height restriction. Head up to the height restrictions on turn balls on. Also about report passing 2,500 feet.
So there is actually a taxiway all the way to the hold short, whereas if you go take off from runway 26, you actually have to backtrack down the runway. So it's quite a bit more convenient this way. So the textures are quite generic. They don't look like they're they're quite obviously not photo textured, but I mean it's not that bad. And there's obviously grass effects. All these trees seem to be added as well. So for £10, it's really not a bad piece of scenery. And so we've got a plane coming in on the final. The dusk sky is looking very nice. And you'll notice I've got recently bought the night environment for the UK from Aerosoft, so hopefully that will come into play relatively soon.
Hello, flight deck. Okay, cheers. Captain, they're secure at the back.
Before takeoff, checklist of the line. So
Flight attendants,
make sure we're
please
setting
proceed for
flights,
departure.
wing lights on, and anti-collision lights on the right, and taxi lights already on. Just do the takeoff test. Something's not happy, but I'm not sure what it is. Just leave it. It's probably the the control lock is off.
984 Golf after your 9747 depart, line up to 7 right.
984 Golf after the United 74, fly that. Tower,
FA notification received. Takeoff briefing complete. Cabin PA complete. Condition units.
Max.
Lining up runway
Max.
08.
Trims.
3 set.
3 set. Takeoff warning test.
Tested.
Flight controls checked and free. Flight, taxi.
Flight.
Radar, terrain. Transponder, TCAS on out. Takeoff checklist completed to the line.
Below the line.
Bleeds min on. External lights on. Runway.
Takeoff runway 27.
Runway 08. Heading 078.
Before takeoff checklist complete.
1301, wind 070 at 10. Fly runway heading. When airborne, contact departure on 119.75. 08 clear to takeoff. Goodbye. Runway heading to flight level 40. Departure frequency 119.75. Runway 08 clear to takeoff. BEE 1301.
Off we go. Check power.
Power checked. 80 knots.
Canon 1022, contact London 18.82.
1882, KLM 102.
V1, rotate. Positive rate.
Gear up.
Gear up.
Departure control, EE 1301, with you on 700 for flight level 40. EE 1301, clear direct to TE26, F intersection, climb to flight level 100. Clear to TE26F intersection, climb into flight level 100.
Acceleration altitude.
Flap 0, IAS 185, climb checklist to the line. Autopilot on.
Autopilot is on.
So we cleared up to 10,000.
We've got Triple 410 fellows, walk on again, maintain altitude 3,000 feet on reaching.
Maintain 3,000 feet on reaching, 744.
Climb checklist completed to the line.
EE 1301, clear direct to E113D intersection, right turn to heading 130. Clear to E113D intersection, right turn to heading 130. EE 1301.
1013, set to cross check.
1013, set and cross checked.
So the transition altitude was 3,000, so we've crossed that now.
Good afternoon, so 154 with you, levelling 4,000.
And we can head on to D113, or 113D, whatever it was.
Good afternoon, continue heading 140, next to the ILS runway 28. Your number 1, Lima is current 1028, the QNH.
And then we'll be tracking back to,
continue over heading 154.
what was it, something head, Beachy Head or something like that, which is BHD.
Clear direct VAG, VOR, right turn to heading 215, climb to flight level 170. Clear VAG, VOR, right turn to heading 215, climb into flight level 170, VEE 1301.
Then we just wait till we cross 10,000 and then we can complete the climb checklist. Lights haven't started to populate yet, but we've got the ground night textures coming in with the vector lights. Props 900 below the line.
Climb checklist complete.
So otherwise we're just going to head on up, and I think I'll see you in the cruise. Right, so we're approaching the cruise altitude. And basically all we have to do once we get up there is to set the cruise power, and then we'll bring back the prop state 50, and that'll make the cabin a little bit quieter. And then we can do our PA announcement, and it's basically just a case of just cruising along until our top of descent, which we haven't actually programmed in, but the estimated time of arrival is 18:12, and it's 27 minutes past 5, so just over 40 minutes to get to London City. So obviously, as usual, I won't bore you with the full details of the cruise, but I'll just show you the initial parts where I'm doing stuff, and then it'll be a case of coming down on the approach, and it'll be a lovely dusk/night approach into London City, so hopefully it'll be really nicely lit up.
Level 310, Ryanair 405.
So we're almost there.
London Control, Ryanair 18.
So before we set the cruise power, we'll let the speed come up. And the Flybe operating procedures with it were 20 knots below Vmax. And that's usually around about 260 knots-ish. It depends on our altitude and wind and everything. We've got quite a nice tailwind, 27 knot tailwind, so we'll be making very good progress. And we're creeping up already into the 300s, but I suspect our ground speed will be around about 350 by the time we settle.
So 4640, entering number on hold, flight level 900.
What is the speed descent to any middle of 591? London Virgin 19 is heading at 33 here.
Virgin 19, roger, what level are you requesting this time?
31, but 330 is available.
Virgin 19.
Okay, so we seem to have settled out about 227, which is, well, the Vmax is about 228, so we'll leave it there. Switch on this on, keep that link lock on. So let's set cruise power.
In just a few moments, we'll begin our meal service for the flight. Please refer to the menu given to you on boarding for the 2 meal choices and the beverage choices available.
And we'll set 850 on the
keep the aisles clear to assist
on the conditions.
To serve you.
I don't know why the conditions seem to do the exact opposite of what I kind of want it to do with my mouse. I think I'm going to have to in future kind of just be a little bit more in line with it. But we can do our announcement now.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, hello once again from the flight deck. This is the captain speaking. We have reached our cruising altitude and we hope you're all enjoying the flight so far. Just a quick reminder to keep your seatbelts fastened whilst you remain seated, just in case of unexpected turbulence. Other than that, please sit back, relax, enjoy the flight, and I'll get back to you before we start our descent. Thank you.
Alright, so like I said, our ground speed's about 352 knots, which means our, let's see if that's affected our arrival time. Yeah, it's knocked off about 8 minutes or so. So what time is it now? Yeah, about just under half an hour to go. So I'll see you on the other side.